Hello everyone. Hey, it's a Sunday afternoon, taking a break from football. Got the Saints and the Niners on the TV, the Cowboys in Jacksonville in England on the computer. So watching a couple games back and forth and switching channels on the TV occasionally, but some good games so far. But I figured it's about halftime, figured I'd take a break. Come out here, I'm going to do one that I did 3 years ago. First Lagunitas beer I ever did. Picked this one up in Illinois. And I haven't had it since then. I watched my review. I couldn't remember what I gave it. I gave it a 10. I think it was one of the first 10s I ever gave. But I'm going to do, it's their seasonal. I'm going to do their Little Sumpin Wild Ale. Had some single bottles, so I bought two. I didn't drink the other one yet. If it's as good as I remember, I just may go ahead and buy a 6-pack or 4-pack, whatever it's in. But anyway, from the website, it says a higher gravity seasonal version of our year-round Little Sumpin Sumpin Ale. It's made with Westmalle Trappist yeast that creates those curious phenolic off flavors that are freaking everyone out these days. And Westmalle is one of my favorite, in fact, it is my favorite Trappist beer. Unfortunately, they don't make a quad. They just make a double and a triple. But anyway, it says massively dosed with boatloads of wheat and pale malt, and finishes with a big hoppy ending. And from elsewhere, it says another big sister of the Little Sumpin Sumpin Ale. Loads of malted wheat for a curious malt foundation and a light color, but our Belgian yeast leaves a huge flavor and complexishness. Is that a word? I don't know. The website says 8.8% ABV and 72.51 IBUs. The bottle says 8.9% and 72.5, so it's up another 0.1%, not a big deal. So let's get this beer in a glass and see if it's as good as I remember it. Like I said, I almost don't remember it. It's been 3 years. Got a hiss, a little bit of smoke. Give it a good healthy pour here. But I maybe want to, from the looks of that head, I'm not going to get the whole thing in the glass. But yeah, that's a beautiful golden amber color. A lot of small bubbles streaming up. Got a good almost 3 fingers of a fluffy off-white head. Looks like it's going to stick around a while and leave some lacing, but yeah, I guess this is technically, it's not really a wild ale, even though wild's in the name. I think it's technically a Belgian IPA, but anyway, let's get a nose on it and see what we got. Okay, yeah, it smells pretty sweet. Yeah, you're getting those hops. Lots of maybe like tangerine and orange, and maybe some tropical fruits like mango and pineapple, maybe a little papaya even. You get a light but really nice like biscuity smell from the malts. You're getting some of those Belgian spice aromas like nutmeg and allspice and cardamom and clove, and maybe even a little hops like pine and some grassy notes. Maybe like a little apple or pear in there too, some fruit notes. Really nice smelling beer. The carbonation seems to be dissipating a little bit, but still pretty good. I'm out here it's a fairly nice day. It's in the upper 50s. I think it might get close to 60. It's supposed to be like 64 tomorrow, and then back at highs in the 30s by Tuesday. So fall and early winter will be coming back, but still a pretty nice day. It's not nearly as windy as it was. Of course, I walked into the campground here. It's closed for the season, but you can walk in, and unlike the picnic area where I usually go during the year because I can't get in the campground if I'm not camping, It's uphill both ways, about a half a mile. I've probably walked in a quarter mile here, but it's a, you know, fairly level walk, pretty nice little park, so I'm enjoying it. So that head is really sticking around. Looks like it's already leaving a little lacing down there. Almost looks like the top of a ice cream sundae. It's foamy and rocky and just nice looking beer, so let's get a taste on it. Okay, yeah, you're getting some of those bready notes right up front. You're getting some, like, a lot of fruity notes too, like peach and pear and mango, I think, from some of the hops they use, and maybe from some of the yeast, but there's some other hops up there, maybe like grapefruit and pine. Towards the middle of the mouth, you get maybe a little like tangerine, and it like grows like a little stronger as it goes to the back of the palate. There's some funky, like grassy and hay notes in there, and again you're getting a little bit of those spicy notes from the yeast, like clove and nutmeg primarily. You're maybe getting a little cinnamon and a little allspice and cardamom, but mostly the clove and the nutmeg towards the middle of the taste. And it's fairly light though, and it's actually kind of overwhelmed a little bit by that those fruity, primarily like tangerine or orange tastes. Towards the end, you're getting some more of those hops. There's some herbal and pine and grapefruit type notes, and you got a little bit of that grassy funk, and it's kind of got a light lingering taste on the end, kind of a sweet but fairly crisp taste. But yeah, it's really a nice drinking beer. There's a lot going on here. Got a really nice mouthfeel. It's fairly thick, a little heavier than medium, kind of thick and creamy. And like I said, that's slightly lingering but fairly subtle finish. Nice carbonation in there, tingles the tongue. So let me add the rest of this to the glass, and I'll sip on it a while. I don't think it's going to warm up a ton out here, but a little bit of a breeze picking up, but I'm sort of down in a hole. I'm sheltered by the trees, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So I'll take a break here, and I'll come back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Alrighty, I'm back. It's been half an hour or so. I've noticed as you can see, this is mostly gone already. I tell you, this is a 8.8 or 8.9%. Whatever it is, this is a dangerously drinkable beer. I didn't mention the alcohol on the initial stuff because it's not noticeable. I noticed as it's warmed up, what little it's warmed up, I'm getting a lot more of the floral scents, and a lot more like the fruits, like the apple and the pear, both on the nose and on the taste. You know, as it warms, it tastes more floral, and definitely more apple, pear, and yeast in there. Those fruity notes, but everything's pretty subtle. It's really hard. There's a lot going on here, but it's really hard to pick out individual flavors. But the overall mixing of this is just stellar. Really nice, really easy drinking. As a Belgian IPA, it's probably one of the favorites of. One of my favorites. Again, after 3 years, I still like it a lot. it's not, despite the wild in the name, it's not really, you're not going to get the sourness or the funkiness or anything of a wild ale, so don't expect a wild ale. Just a really nice IPA that has some Belgian notes, and that Westmalle yeast, like I said, the Westmalle is one of my favorites. Good grief, the breeze is picking up here again, but still not too bad, I hope. But there's no taste of that 8.9% or 8.8%, whatever it is, alcohol. Really leaving some nice lacing all the way down the glass. When I poured it, the head came right back up. It just regenerates again very quickly. Just give it a couple swirls, and of course you don't have the 2 or 3 fingers of head, but you still got a nice layer of some nice slightly off-white, barely off-white foam, but really good drinking beer. The last time I did this, I gave it a 10. I don't think I'm going to do that this time. I rounded up. I probably said it'd be a 9.7 or 9.8, which is probably what it would be, but I rounded up the first time to 10, which I don't do anymore. So this year's edition of the Lagunitas Little Something Wild Ale, and it says limited release. It's their fall/winter seasonal, I think, but damn good beer. Like I said, dangerously drinkable at 8.8 or 8.9%. But I'm going to give it a good solid 9.5 out of 10. I'm going to pick up a 6-pack of this, and just to have. It'd be nice if it were a year-round beer, but it's not. But damn good beer, so 9.5 out of 10. So until next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers. And I'll be out tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the lower 60s tomorrow. Probably the last nice day. Like I said, it's going to be back in the highs in the 30s the rest of the week. So probably get pretty windy. So get out while I can. Gorgeous day for November here in the Midwest. So cheers, everybody. You guys are the greatest. I got the best subscribers in the world.